The AI safety chief at Anthropic just quit with a warning that the world is in peril. The CEO of Boston Dynamics, the company behind those terrifying robots, is stepping down after 30 years. And Netflix is facing a global boycott after voice actors discovered the company's AI training contracts. With that, I welcome you to another exciting edition of AI News. My name is Wisdom, and what you're about to hear in the next 15 minutes proves we are watching the AI industry crack under its own weight as the people who built it start walking away. So whether you're tracking the exodus of AI researchers, wondering why robotics pioneers are leaving, or trying to understand why artists are finally fighting back, this is for you. Let's go. Let's get into it. Now, this is not a normal resignation. Mrinank Sharma, who led Anthropic's Safeguards research team, the people literally responsible for making sure Claude doesn't kill us all, posted a public resignation letter on Monday that's equal parts philosophy, manifesto, and apocalyptic warning. And this is what he said, and I quote, "The world is in peril," Sharma wrote, and not just from AI or blow weapons, but from a whole series of interconnected crises unfolding in this very moment. We appear to be approaching a threshold where our wisdom must grow in equal measure to our capacity to affect the world, lest we face the consequences. Futurism and multiple outlets confirm Sharma joined Anthropic in August 2023 after completing his PhD at Oxford. For 2 years, he worked on defenses against AI-assisted bioterrorism, researched AI sycophancy when chatbots, overly flatter users, and then wrote one of the first AI safety cases. But here's the kicker buried in this whole letter. "Throughout my time here," and I quote him, "throughout my time here, I have repeatedly seen how hard it is to truly let our values govern our actions. I have seen this within myself, within the organization, where we constantly face pressures to set aside what matters most." Now, here's what this means, if you missed it. Anthropic says it's safety first, but internally, not so much. Moving on, Business Day today India reports that this comes just days after Anthropic launched Cloud Opus 4.6 and is seeking a $350 billion valuation. Now, the transition from safety first lab to commercial powerhouse is complete. Sharma's final project, understanding how AI assistants could make us less human or distort our humanity, unquote. Now, the letter gets weirder. Now, PC Gamer notes it includes 4 notes, references to poets Rainer Maria Rilke and William Stafford, ends with a poem, and cites a book on cosmoerotic humanism, a philosophy whose author is a collective pseudonym that includes, a disgraced New Age guru accused of sexually exploiting followers. So Sharma says he's moving back to the UK to explore a poetry degree and devote himself to the practice of courageous speech. So this isn't the first high-profile Anthropic departure. American Bazaar confirms also that leading AI scientist Benham Neshabar and R&D specialist Harsh Mehta also left recently. Remember also, Anthropic was founded by former OpenAI executives who quit over safety concerns. Now their own safety team is quitting over safety concerns. So Jan Like, who now leads safety at Anthropic after leaving OpenAI, said upon his resignation from OpenAI, "I had been disagreeing with OpenAI leadership about the company's core priorities for quite some time until we finally reached a breaking point. History doesn't repeat, but it sure has it sure as hell rhymes." Anthropic has not officially commented on Sharma's resignation or his specific concerns, but when your AI safety chief publicly warns the world is in peril and quits to write poetry, maybe it's time to start paying attention. Okay, let's move to Boston Dynamics. In a massive leadership shakeup, Boston Dynamics CEO Robert Playter announced he's stepping down at the end of February after 30 years with the company, including 6 years as CEO. TechCrunch and the Robert Report confirmed Playter will leave February 27th. CFO Amanda McMaster takes over as interim CEO while the board searches for new leader. Playter says he's retiring. This is huge, and I'll tell you why. Now, Playter took over as CEO in 2019 from founder Mark Raybert and transformed Boston Dynamics from a pure, R&D lab, like research and development lab, into a commercial business. He launched Sport, that's the dog robot, Stretch, the warehouse robot, and pushed for the commercial version of Atlas, that's the humanoid. Now, the Boston Globe obtained Playter's internal memo. That's, they were able to get Playter's internal memo. And I'll tell you what it said, and I quote, "For more than 30 years, I have dedicated my life to building the world's best robots alongside the world's best team. Today, I'm making the incredibly difficult decision to step down as CEO." Now, Playter joined Boston Dynamics as one of founder Mark Raybert's graduate students at MIT's Leg Lab in 1994. He stayed through multiple ownership changes. Google bought them in 2013, sold to SoftBank in 2017, and then Hyundai bought them in 2020. Now, the company is in a strong position, poised for the next stage of growth. Playter wrote, "A new CEO will bring the experience and energy required for this new phase." We shall see. But reading between the lines now, you see, Boston Dynamics is preparing for mass-scale robot production. So the board wants someone with, some kind of experience scaling manufacturing, not just R&D. Playter, being an engineer and researcher at heart, is gracefully bowing out before he gets pushed. So the timing is interesting. This comes as humanoid robots and AI-powered robotics are exploding commercially. Now, Boston Dynamics just deepened partnerships with Hyundai and Google DeepMind. They had a remarkable year commercially with Sport and Stretch, but maybe Playter sees what's coming and doesn't want to be CEO when robots start replacing millions of jobs at scale. Or maybe he's just tired after 30 years. Either way, one of robotics' iconic leaders is stepping away. Moving on now to Netflix, where Screen Rant reports Netflix is facing a global boycott after German voice actors discovered the company's training contract required them to consent to having their voices used to train AI models without additional compensation. Now, the controversy erupted when German anime voice actors went public with contract clauses stating Netflix could use their recorded performances to develop, train, and improve artificial intelligence voice synthesis technology. Now, Netflix wants to record you once, pay you once, then use AI to generate infinite content with your voice forever, and you get nothing. That's what it means. So voice actors unions across Germany, the UK, France, Japan, and the US are calling for coordinated action. The hashtag boycott Netflix is trending globally with millions of impressions. Now, they are, in quote, or quoting one of them, they are literally trying to make us train our own replacement, one voice actor told Screen Rant. After we finish recording the anime, they will use AI to clone our voices and never hire us again. Now, Netflix has not commented on the controversy, but industry insiders say similar AI training clauses are becoming standard in Hollywood contracts. This is the creator's Napster moment. Musicians lost to digital privacy. Writers are losing to AI content mills. Voice actors are drawing a line. You will not use our work to train the thing that replaces us. The boycott has already impacted Netflix anime production schedule, with several voice actors refusing to sign contracts and productions delayed. Interesting times. Let's go to India now, where the Statesman and Hindu business line reports India's government has tightened AI content rules, slashing the takedown window for deepfakes from 24 hours to just 3 hours. Now, social media platforms must now label AI-generated content and remove reported deepfakes within 3 hours or face severe penalties. The rules specifically target non-consensual intimate imagery and political deepfakes. The 24-hour window was being abused, a government official told reporters. Deepfakes can reach millions in the first few hours. 3 hours is the maximum acceptable delay. Now, India has been hit hard by deepfake scandals, including AI-generated porn of Bollywood actresses and political deepfakes during elections. The new rules position India as having some of the strictest AI content regulation globally. Platforms like Meta, Google, and X have until March 1st to implement the new systems or face fines up to $50 million per violation. Interesting. Very, very hard one right there. Moving on to Spotify, where music business worldwide drops a bombshell. Now, Spotify is developing technology to let fans create AI-generated remixes and covers and says it's ready to launch. Now, the platform will allow users to create derivative works using AI, with artists getting a cut of revenue. Spotify positions this as a new income stream rather than cannibalization. Now, so here's how this works, and I will break it down in bits. Now, fans use Spotify's AI tools to create remixes, covers, or reimagined versions of songs. Then the AI-generated derivatives are hosted on Spotify. Original artists get royalties from streams of the AI versions. Now, critics argue this undermines human creativity and could flood the platform with low-quality AI slop. Supporters say it democratizes music creation and gives fans new ways to engage with artists they love. So the technology is apparently ready to launch, pending licensing negotiations with record labels. So Spotify is betting that AI-generated derivatives represent a multi-billion-dollar market. Let's move on and tell you that Decrypt reports that AI.com purchased for a reported $70 million. That's a domain name. It made its public debut during the Super Bowl. The domain now hosts a chatbot aggregator that lets you compare responses from ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and others. That is it, or that's it. Someone paid $70 million for a domain name to build what's essentially Google for AI chatbots. Crazy times. But the bet, AI.com will become the starting point for AI interactions, capturing massive traffic as AI goes mainstream. It's positioning itself as the search engine for the AI era. So critics call it the most expensive vaporware in history. Supporters argue domain names are real estate in the digital age, and AI.com could become as valuable as sex.com, which was $30 million, or voice.com, which was $30 million. Interesting times, really, and we'll see how that goes, and we'll keep you posted on the development around AI.com. But let's move on. CNET and Boston Globe report a new study finds that using AI at work actually makes employees' days longer and more unpleasant. The opposite of what AI companies promise, actually. Now, researchers tracked thousands of workers and found AI users worked an average of 45 minutes longer per day, reported higher stress and lower job satisfaction, felt pressure to maintain unrealistic productivity standards, spent more time fixing AI errors than the AI saved. So, quoting the researcher, AI doesn't reduce work, it changes what work looks like. Instead of doing your job, you are now managing AI doing your job, and you're still responsible when it screws up. So the study contradicts Silicon Valley's narrative that AI makes work easier. Instead, it creates new types of labor: prompt engineering, AI output verification, and damage control when AI hallucinates. Really interesting. But who knows, this could be the jobs for the future: prompt engineering, AI output verification. But let's move on and tell you that Business Insider reports Stackbly CEO Eric Simons said AI agents will soon outnumber human employees at his company, and is framing this as a good thing. Now, we're not replacing humans, quoting him now, we're augmenting them, Simon said. Each human will manage multiple AI agents, making us far more productive. Now, critics point out this is corporate speak for we're replacing most of our staff with AI and keeping a skeleton crew of managers. Stackblaze builds development tools, so they are arguably positioned to benefit from AI agents. But the candor is refreshing. Most CEOs dance around admitting AI will reduce headcount. Simons is openly embracing it. Let's move on and tell you that Daily Osaf reports OpenAI has started rolling out advertisements to ChatGPT free and plus tier users. The ads appear between responses and in sidebars. OpenAI says ads will help offset infrastructure cost while keeping the service accessible. Users can pay for the new Pro tier, which is $200 per month, to remove ads. This marks ChatGPT's translation from research project to traditional ad-supported freemium product. Expect ads to get more intrusive over time. Let's move on and tell you that SiliconANGLE reports video AI startup Runway has closed a $315 million funding round, more than doubling its valuation to $5.4 billion. The company's world model technology generates realistic video from text prompts. Runway competes with OpenAI Sora, Google's Veo, and Meta's movie Gen in the AI video generation space. The massive valuation suggests investors believe AI video will be as transformative as AI image generation. Let's cross over to Databricks and tell you that the new Stack reports enterprise data platform Databricks has hit a $5.4 billion annual revenue run rate, making it one of the fastest growing enterprise software companies ever. The growth is driven by companies using Databricks to manage data for AI training and deployment. It's positioning itself as the infrastructure layer for enterprise AI. Let's also tell you that PIMS reports Breton AI raised $75 million to deploy AI agents against financial crime. The company's technology identifies money laundering, fraud, and sanction violations in real time. The raise reflects growing demand for AI in regulatory compliance as financial crime becomes more sophisticated. Still from SiliconANGLE, this one says that Vega raised $120 million Series B to expand its security analytics mesh platform, which uses AI to detect threats across enterprise networks. And lastly, The Sun reports Railtown AI Technologies secured $3.4 million in private placement led by BlackBerry co-founders Mark Lazaridis and Doug Fregen, with Lazaridis joining the advisory board. Well, there are many other things going on. And MIT News announces new AI algorithm that enables tracking white matter pathways in brainstem. And Screen Crush covers Disney creative officer addressing AI in movies backlash. And Check News reports doctors warning against dangers of health misinformation from AI sources. Those are some of the top headlines. To add also, Make Use Of confirms YouTube Music is also testing AI-powered playlist features. Interesting times ahead. All right. Real talk now. Drop a comment now. There's Anthropic's AI safety chief quitting to write poetry because the world is in peril. Make you think we should pause AI development, or is he just burned out or being dramatic? Are you supporting the Netflix boycott, or do you think voice actors should accept that AI voice cloning is inevitable? What about that study showing AI makes work longer and more unpleasant? Does that match your experience, or are you seeing real productivity gains with AI? And of course, many more stories. The comment section is open. Tell me which story hit you. Tell me if I missed something. Tell me if you're team pause AI or you are team full speed ahead. Smash the subscribe button if you want tomorrow's chaos delivered first. Which story shocked you? Now that's it. See you next time. Stay sharp and stay smart.